Is the Texaco Star Academic Challenge, top flight competition between teams from Houston area high schools. Now here's the man with the questions, Chip Beal.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. We're into the fourth round. And on this edition, it's Kempner High School against J. Frank Dobie. This sound, as we know, means your answer is correct. This tone, incorrect. And this sound, the end of each quarter. We're all set for the warm-up round. Good luck to both schools. Your first question is a 5-pointer. Brunch is a combination of breakfast and lunch. Americans usually eat brunch on what day of the week?
Kempner, Justin.
Sunday.
Sure, Sunday. Kempner off to a quick lead. For 10 points, which of the following was not a creation or discovery of famed scientist Isaac Newton? Planetary motion laws, nature of light spectrum, integral calculus, second law of motion.
Kempner, Matt.
Planetary motion laws.
That's right. They were discovered by Kepler. For 10 points, it is believed to be the highest structure in the world at 22,000 feet above sea level. It's a stone shelter known as a waka, built hundreds of years ago and containing ritual offerings of dolls and coca leaves. In what mountain range are these shelters?
Dobie, Masood.
Andes.
Wakas, found in the Andes. Right, for 10 points. I have a 5-pointer. Which cereal is used in making black bread such as pumpernickel?
Dobie, David.
Rye.
Rye is right, and that ties the score early in the contest at 15. A 10-point visual question for your consideration, so look at your screen here in the Channel 2 studio. These are not the highest, but are considered to be the greatest.
Dobie, Masood.
Niagara Falls.
No, the greatest waterfalls in the world, more than a mile wide and twice as high as Niagara. We know them by what name?
Kempner, Veronica.
Victoria Falls?
Victoria Falls. Very good. A 10-point question. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine indicates that women can cut their risk of heart disease in half by taking what hormone after menopause?
Kempner, Justin.
Estrogen.
That is correct. Estrogen for 10 points. Another 10-pointer. It's been written that man does not live by bread alone. It seems that each nation has its own creative means of making various grains into bread. So for each of the following bread types, you give me the country and wait until all three are given, please. Crumpets, brioche, and tortilla.
Dobie, Masood.
Great Britain, France, and Mexico.
That is correct for 10 points, respectively. For 5 points, someone who is dyspeptic has poor eyesight.
Dobie, David.
Stomach condition. Indigestion.
Indigestion is what we were looking for, and not bad breath, anemia, or poor posture. For 10 points, AT&T recently introduced a home telephone costing about $1,500.
Dobie,
A
Masood.
video phone, you can see the person
It is
calling.
a video phone. That's what's so special about it. $1,500. Dobie takes the lead. I have a 5-point music question. Who will be the first to recognize this Lone Star State favorite?
Where the Rio Grande is flowing and the starry skies are...
Kempner, Veronica.
The Yellow Rose of Texas.
That's the tune, the Yellow Rose of Texas. Another 5-pointer. Although erupting volcanoes very often trigger earthquakes, infrequently the process will be reversed, and an earthquake will cause a sleeping volcano to become active. Such was the case in November 1975.
Kempner, Justin.
When a fault ruptured in Hawaii, some 25 miles south of Hilo, what was the name of the volcano Dobie?
Dobie, Scott.
Kilauea.
Good going. Kilauea is right for 5 points. I have a 10-point question for you. 10 of 20 best-selling children's books mention a certain animal in their titles. Name the animal.
Dobie, Scott.
Elephant.
It's not an elephant.
Kempner, Matt.
Cat.
No, it's in fact a rabbit. For 10 points, was the world's first urban nation Great Britain, Germany, the United States, or India?
Dobie, David.
India.
It was not India.
Kempner, Veronica.
Great Britain.
Great Britain is correct. 10 points added to the Kempner score. I have a 10-pointer. NE is an abbreviation for both a chemical element and a U.S. state.
Dobie, Masood.
Nevada and neon.
No.
Kempner, Matt.
Neon and Nebraska.
Neon and Nebraska. You have 10 points. This is a 10-point art question, please. This lacquer box is an example of the artwork of what country?
Kempner, Veronica.
China.
Good for you. China is right. I have a multiple choice question worth 5. Which ruler's title is not correctly matched with the people he ruled? Caliph Arabs, Consul Rome, Mandarin Chinese, Mikado Japanese, or Doge Moors?
Dobie, David.
Doge Moors.
Doge ruled the Venetians, not the Moors. That is correct. There's the tone. We're out of time in the first period. We'll be back to resume contest, the questions and answers. We'll meet the contestants after this short break. We're back for more of the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. The score is J. Frank Dobie 50, Kempner 70. Let's take a breather now, meet the contestants. First of all, from Kempner High School, from Sugar Land. The captain is Matt Beecher, a senior, active in academic decathlon, JETS, the Junior Engineering Technical Society, and he's a Welch Summer Scholar. Next is David Scott, a junior, also in academic decathlon, Key Club member, and a thespian. Next is Justin Yarrow, a senior, JETS secretary, and a member, or rather a volunteer in Amigos de las Americas. And Veronica Cruz. Veronica's a senior. She's in the French Club and the Beta Club. Their alternates are Co Irani and Alexander Thomas. Their coaches, Pat Criswell and Shelley Correll. That's the team, the Cougars, from Kempner High School in Sugar Land. Now, from Pasadena J. Frank Dobie High School, the captain is Masood Javadi, a senior. He's a member of the Latin Club, and he likes to ski. Scott Sego is a senior, member of the UIL Science team and of the swim team. Next is Paul, help me out, Paul.
Lapierre.
Say it again?
Lapierre.
Lapierre. Okay, a senior, a National Merit Commended student, and a member of academic decathlon. And finally, David Norman, a junior. He's in the Junior Classical League, and he plays bass in the Symphony Orchestra. Their alternate is Laura Kurtz and Pam Thacker. Their coaches, Richard Galenko and Catherine Haney. That's the team from J. Frank Dobie High School. Our judges for the Texaco Star Academic Challenge 4th round are Professor Tom Hudson, Department of Physics, University of Houston. And Mike Mastandrea is the chief judge of the Texaco Star National Academic Championship. Their decisions will be final. You know how the bonus round works. If you get a toss-up right, you'll get a chance to huddle together on a 4-part bonus, which could add 50 points to your score. Historic Sites is the title of your first bonus. Here is your 10-point toss-up. It's from the Bible. When Jesus said, "He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her."
Dobie, David.
He was talking about a woman who was caught in the act of adultery.
That is correct, for 10 points. Okay, Masood, Scott, Paul, and David, Historic Sites is your series. Last June, the National Trust for Historic Preservation issued a list of endangered American historical sites. Answer the following questions about these places threatened by decay or destruction. First, for 5 points, what baseball park, the oldest in the major leagues, was put on the list because of plans by Wayne County officials to replace it with a new stadium?
Comiskey Park?
No, not Comiskey Park. They actually have the newest stadium in the league. It would be Tiger Stadium. Japanese history is next for the team that gets this 10-point toss-up. In the 1850s, Northern Whigs, abolitionists, free soilers, and anti-slavery Democrats joined together to form...
Kempner, Matt.
Republican Party.
The Republican Party is right for 10 points. 1854 to be specific, so it'll be Matt, David, Justin, and Veronica on Japanese history. We'll focus on the imperial expansion phase of Japanese history, if you will. For 5 points, name the large island acquired by Japan as a result of the Sino-Japanese War of 1894 through 95. Hint, the island was later associated with nationalist China.
Taiwan.
Correct. For 10 points, name the territory fought over between Japan and Russia in 1904-05.
Manchuria.
That is correct. For 15 points, name the territory fought over between Japan and China in 1884 through 85.
Korea.
That's the answer, Korea. Now, you will really know your Japanese history if you get this 20-pointer right. Identify the 1868 revolution which destroyed the shogunate.
Kamakaido Rebellion.
No, that was called the Meiji Restoration. So, you learned something today on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge, okay? The 19th century literature is your next bonus. Here is a 10-point math toss-up. What is the logarithm of 27 base 9?
Dobie, Scott.
2/3.
Not 2/3. Kempner will give you 10 more seconds to work it out. The
Kempner, David.
3 halves is right, or 1.5. The 10 points go to Kempner. 19th century literature. For 5 points, what epic battle of the 19th century was described in stories by Stendhal, Victor Hugo, and William Thackeray? Epic battle.
Battle of the Light Brigade.
No, that's incorrect. It was Waterloo. Fill in the blank is your next bonus. Here's a 10-point music toss-up. Here's a duet from the Pearl Fishers by Georges Bizet. Identify the voice ranges featured.
Kempner, Veronica.
Tenor and bass.
That's not the answer. Listen to some more Dobie.
Dobie, Scott.
Tenor and baritone.
Tenor and baritone is right. You have 10 points. And Dobie will be conferring on the fill-in-the-blank bonus. For 5 points, Matthew tells of the blank of the fields, Solomon of the blank of the valleys. Name these flowers.
Lilies. Lilies.
Lilies is right. Assist from David there. For 10 points, the big hero Achilles was made almost invulnerable when he was blank.
Dipped in the river Styx.
Dipped in the river Styx.
That's it. For 15 points, if a quadrilateral is inscribed in a circle, the opposite angles are blank.
Supplementary.
That is the answer. And for 20 points, Churchill said of General Montgomery, in defeat, unbeatable. In victory, blank.
Irrepressible.
No, that's a good try. In victory, unbearable. And that's all we have time for in the bonus round. In a moment, 60 seconds and these categories. 1991 World Series, language and literature, math, and geography. No net gain or loss by either squad in the bonus round. As a result, Kempner maintains a 20-point lead, 120 to 100. Questions used on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are prepared and authenticated by Questions Unlimited of Columbus, Ohio. It's time for 60 seconds, and here's how it's played. You make your selection. We'll give you 1 minute to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. When time is up, that's it. The second team may take a shot at any questions the first team misses. And if you sweep the category, we'll give you 20 points as a bonus. Who's trailing? Dobie, it'll be up to you, Masood and company, to make your selection.
We'll pick geography.
Geography is the subject. Start the clock. Here we go. Along which line on a Mercator projection map are countries the correct width?
Along the equator.
Right. From which source does Egypt draw half of its electricity?
The Nile River.
More specific.
Has one dam on it.
Right. In what time zone is the province of Alberta, Canada located?
Mountain.
Right. How many states make up the U.S. area known as New England?
6.
Right. Would you find the island of Lesbos in the Aral Sea, the Red Sea,
Mediterranean.
the Baltic Sea, the Aegean Sea, or the
Aegean.
Caribbean
Aegean.
Sea? Right. Which is the longest ship canal? Panama, Suez, Manchester, or St. Lawrence
Suez.
Seaway? Name the principal river of Europe carrying more traffic than any other waterway in the world.
Rhine.
Right. What is the largest city in New Jersey?
New York.
That's correct. Which island is located between Greenland and mainland Canada?
Iceland.
Is it Prince Edward, Queen Charlotte? Time runs out.
And they said Iceland. They missed that.
Oh, okay, I did not hear their answer. Well, you got 70 points on geography. Kempner, a possible 20 for you. Which is the longest ship canal? Panama, Suez, Manchester, or St. Lawrence Seaway?
St. Lawrence.
That is correct. And finally, we only got through half of this one. Which island is located between Greenland and mainland Canada?
Don't give any of the choices.
Don't give any of the
Jeff.
choices, okay?
Your answer?
Nova Scotia.
No, it is Baffin Island. Okay, that's it for the category of geography. Kempner, it's your turn.
We'll take 1991 World Series, Chip.
1991 World Series it is, okay? Start the clock, here we go. The Braves and the Twins won their respective pennants, but how did they fare in 1990, the year before?
They were both in last place.
Right. In what two stadiums was the series played?
Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta and the Metrodome.
Right. Identify the props which fans of each team brought to the stadium to wave or chop.
Tomahawks and Homer Hankies.
Right. How many games did the series last?
7.
How many of the games went into extra innings, a series record?
3.
Right. Who beat the Braves with a dramatic 11th inning home run in Game 6? Which twin?
Kirby Puckett.
Right. How many innings of shutout ball did Morris pitch in Game 7?
8.
No? The Braves' second baseman, a career .225 hitter, hit .417 in the series.
Not blocked.
No? Both skippers were named Manager of the Year in their respective leagues. Name them.
Cox. Kelly.
Right. What is the most common superlative sports writers have used to describe the series? Time runs out. Okay.
70.
70 points for Kempner on their subject. Dobie, how many innings of shutout ball did Morris pitch in Game 7?
10 innings.
10 innings, right. What is the... Oh, I'm skipping this one. The Braves' second baseman, a career .225 hitter, hit .417 in the series. Who is he?
Lemke.
Mark Lemke. And what is the most common superlative sports writers have used to describe the series?
The closest in a long time history. In a long time.
No, they're calling it the greatest that was ever played. That's it for 60 seconds. The score is tightened up. We'll check it, we'll declare it, and we'll resume play with the Stump the Experts round in just a moment. The score at the start of the fourth quarter is 190 for J. Frank Dobie and 200 for Kempner. It's now time for the Stump the Experts round. That means contestants, the questions are more difficult, the stakes are higher, 15 and 20 points. Remember to wait until you're recognized and no consultation in the fourth period. Good luck to both of you. Here's a 20-point art question. The classical spirit, romanticism, and naturalism were all absorbed into the style of this French painter.
Kempner, Veronica.
Monet.
Not Monet. One of his more familiar works is Card Players. Dobie, for the lead, name him.
Scott.
Renoir.
It is Paul Cézanne. For 15 points, which political body was founded first? The United Nations, the NAACP, the CIA, the NATO, or now?
Dobie, Massoud.
NAACP.
That is correct, and Massoud has given Dobie the lead. I have a 20-point math question. What is the length of a face diagonal of a cube which has a total surface area of 486? The length of a face diagonal of a cube which has a total surface area of 486. Be sure and do all your figuring before you press that buzzer.
Kempner, Veronica.
9 root 2.
9 root 2, worth 20 points for Veronica, and Kempner is back in the lead. Now for 20 points, match the composer to his variation. First, the composers: Ludwig van Beethoven, Johann Sebastian Bach, Edward Elgar. Now the compositions: Enigma variations, Goldberg variations, and Diabelli variations.
Dobie, Scott.
Beethoven was the Diabellian variations.
Bach was the Goldberg variations, and Elgar was the Enigma variations.
That's the answer for 20 points, and Dobie's back in the lead. Here's a 15-pointer. In the basic programming language, identify the statement that stops the program list.
Kempner, Veronica.
And
Is right, and Kempner is back in the lead. A 15-point music question. Listen to this excerpt from a clarinet quintet and identify the composer of this unusual work.
Kempner, Veronica.
Hayden.
No, that's incorrect. Listen to some more Dobie.
Dobie, Scott.
Beethoven?
No, it's Mozart. For 20 points, if your horse has a blaze, what is its distinguishing feature?
Dobie, David.
It's got a bright white patch on his forehead.
That's correct. A white marking extending between the eyes, covering almost the whole forehead. For 15 points, as Dobie has retaken the lead, navigators refer to the extreme breadth of a ship by using what term? That's the beam. For 20 points, at which battle did the forces of Ulysses S. Grant suffer heavy losses at Pittsburgh Landing? That was at Shiloh. For 20 points, P.P. II, King of England, reigned for 90 years. Name any two of the four remaining monarchs in history who have enjoyed the longest reigns.
Dobie, Massoud.
Louis XIV of France and Victoria of England.
That's correct. John II of Liechtenstein and Franz Joseph of Austria. 15-point visual question. This American mammal belongs to the same species as the larger...
Dobie, Scott.
Opossum?
No, as the larger mink, ermine, ferret, and European polecat. Among mammals, it is unsurpassed in speed of killing mice and some animals larger than itself. Kempner?
Kempner, Matt.
Weasel?
That's the weasel, you're right, for 15 points. 15-point sports question. Why have the Houston Astros been scheduled for an unusually...
Dobie,
The
Massoud.
Republican National Convention is coming to Houston and needs to use the Astrodome.
That's the answer for 15 points. And another 15-pointer. Of the three major countries in Eastern Europe, name both the northernmost and the southernmost.
Dobie, Massoud.
It's Poland, the northernmost, and Bulgaria, the southernmost.
No. Kempner, you need these 15 points.
Kempner, Justin.
Poland, northernmost, and Greece, the southernmost.
No, Greece is not an Eastern European country. Hungary is, and that's the other one. For 15 points, in 1928, Paul Dirac revised Einstein's famous quotation so that it reads E equals plus or minus mc squared, and used this equation to predict the existence of something previously found only in science fiction. Dirac was right, however, about the existence
Kempner, Justin.
Antimatter?
of antimatter. Right for 15. I have another 15-pointer. In 15th century Florence, a fanatic Dominican friar named Savonarola confiscated books, paintings, dice, mirrors, and cosmetics and burned them in a raging conflagration in a public piazza. This fire was the inspiration for the title of a popular book in the 20th...
Dobie, Scott.
Fahrenheit 451?
No, in the 20th century, Tom Wolfe is the author. For a tie, Kempner, what's the title? The Bonfire of the Vanities. For 15 points, another music question. Of Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, Mendelssohn, and Tchaikovsky, tell me who composed the following symphony.
Kempner, Veronica.
Tchaikovsky.
Incorrect.
Dobie, Scott.
Beethoven?
That's Beethoven's fourth for 15 points. I have a 20-pointer.
2 minutes left.
Some places are named by mistake. A classic case is that of a certain northwestern American city. On an early map, the location of this city was indicated, but without any identity. A puzzled cartographer making corrections on the map penciled in name to try to elicit that detail from his colleagues.
Dobie, Scott.
Washington?
No, this was misread and the name took root. What is the name of this city?
Kempner, David.
Nome is right for 20 points. I have a 15-point history question. Name any two of the three presidents who served as soldiers in the War of 1812 and later became president.
Kempner, David.
Andrew Jackson and William Henry Harrison.
That's correct for 15 points. Kempner is back in the lead. I have a 15-point question. From which work by Browning are the following lines taken? Rats, they fought the dogs and killed the cats and bit the babies in the cradles and ate the cheeses out of the vats.
Dobie, Paul.
The house that Jack built?
No, it's not the house that Jack built. Kempner, can you take a guess? That was the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Here's a 20-point sports question. Freestyle wrestling and Greco-Roman wrestling are two styles of amateur wrestling. How is Greco-Roman different?
Kempner, Veronica.
In Greco-Roman, you're only allowed to attack from the waist up to the waist up.
That's correct. They may only use the upper body. No leg holds or tripping are allowed in the Greco-Roman variety. Are you a wrestler, Veronica?
No.
Okay, I have a 15-pointer. Maybelline's Shades of You line of cosmetics is aimed at what group of women? Shades of You.
Dobie, David.
The elderly?
Not the elderly. Kempner.
Kempner, Veronica.
The teens?
No, aimed at minorities. Blacks and other dark skin. There's the tone. The contest is over. And checking with the judges, we see that the score is correct. The game is official. Our final is 295 for Dobie, 320 for Kempner. The winner, Kempner High School. We want to congratulate Dobie for a game very well played. This is no doubt the most exciting game of the season. And Kempner has earned the right to face Clearbrook on the 18th of April. I'm Chip Beal, your host. See you next week, as our competitors will be from Taylor and Clements.
Join us again next Saturday when two more Houston area teams compete on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge.